Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, RV extraordinaire, coming to you from Beckley's Camping Center today to talk to you about another Helio RV. This is the Helio 03, meaning it has a sleeping capacity of 3 people. So for more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul, the Air Force guy. But let's get on to this camper. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the construction of these, because what Helio RV has done is basically take kind of the qualities of building a boat as well as some of the qualities building an airliner and kind of have blended that into one, making for a strong, lightweight teardrop camper. Now what they're doing for the walls, as you can see, is this is laminated. You're going to have the color on the outside. This is your fiberglass. It's a thick fiberglass. They're not gluing it to Luan. So you're not going to have the issues with delamination like you would see in ones that have using Luan in their laminated process for the walls. These walls are not going to have that issue. As you can see, what they're doing is it's the fiberglass, foam insulation, and then your interior wall, another piece of textured type fiberglass. That is for the wall. For your ceilings, it's going to be basically the same thing, but then for the inside wall here, what you're going to be feeling, kind of like what you felt in the, I guess, old days in the cars for the roof material there. For the flooring, what they're doing is they're taking a piece of wood, as you can see, and they're putting fiberglass all the way around it. So this makes it very successful because with it being fully engulfed in fiberglass, no way for water to intrude in there and create an issue. So that is the floor. And you'll be able to feel how solid it is when you walk in here. Some of these other lightweight campers that you walk in, you can feel the floor kind of give when you walk in. This, you're not going to feel that. Now, as far as all the specifications and pricing, as well as my contact information, I'll have that at the end of the video as well as below the video. So just keep that in mind. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me. So let's get on to this trailer. Now, for the inside of your camper, when you're making these a Dinette Booth, they do recommend that you remove these and make this a bed for when you're traveling, because if you leave these in place in here as you travel down the road, they'll get too tight. You won't be able to take them off. So the nice thing is the way that they're set up, as you can see, they're going to go right in, they screw right in, and that makes it so you're not going to have a wobbly table. Now on top of that, they have another little button here, so once the tabletop gets locked on, then you're able to go ahead and release it. So you're not going to have a table falling off, you know, if somebody actually bumps it and so forth. So this is the area where you'd be putting the table in, and as you can see, you have a little release here to help release when you're unlocking that table. Now when you're making this a bed, you can see how they have it carved out for this round table to go ahead and slide right in here, and it slides right in there. You see, I just did that with one hand, and then you just bring the cushions in, and that's going to make a bed that's 63 inches this direction and 73 inches this direction. Gives you a good size bed. Now I wanted to remove the cushions here to show you what is under the cushions. As you can see, for the storage standpoint, and you can get to it from the outside, this would be your storage area that you can get to by just pulling up this cushion here. Now over on the other back side, this is where you're going to have your fresh water tank. Notice it's above floor, and then of course your water pump is right here as well. Notice how they have it all set up for you to winterize. So it has the winterizing connection already on there, but very easy to get to. And then on your off-door side cushion, that's where your water heater is and some electric. So this is the area underneath your dinette back here. Now, one thing you want to do when you're putting these cushions back in place, you're going to see white tabs on the bottoms of the cushions. And what you're going to want to do is you want to make sure that those tabs are going to be to the inside here, not on the outside. If you put them in the wrong way, you will not be able to make a bed. So just remember that. Now for ventilation, you have 2 windows in here. Both could be fire escapes, although one is the one that's marked for it. But they will operate in the same way. All you can do is you squeeze on this, it'll come in closed, and then you just pull that across there. So there is how it is when it's in. And now you're all set for your dinette booth. Now that does have a light above it, and it's a two-tiered light, so you can have it more dim or bright, depending on how you want it. There's going to be a light there, as well as a light up in the front area. So the front dinette breaks down to a bed, and this is going to be 66 inches in length, and at the narrowest point, which is going to be on this end, will be at 25 inches. But at this end, you can see where it's going to be much wider. It'll be about 27, 28 inches wide. That table, you can turn it, so if you want to have it like this, maybe you want to have 3 people sitting up there, you can sit that, or it can, you can turn it this direction if you wanted to. Notice you can have a little bit of storage back behind you there, a little cabinet storage. And also, let me show you something else that you have right under the seat here. So now when you remove the cushion and move that first flapper down, there's a little hidden toilet in here. And then behind this, there's going to be like a little medicine cabinet, little area. Now you might be asking what's behind this part here. And behind there, you have a vent for the tube for your black and gray tank, as well as an outside shower on the other side of that panel. So this is up in the front area that you have in your camper. Let me just give you a pan of the area, what you're looking at here. See where the refrigerator is, you have some storage there, I'm going to go over that, and then of course the front dinette. In the ceiling you see you have a light, power vent fan, another light, so that's right here. Now for you to check your tank sizes, you just have a monitor panel here, and it'll tell you what's a black, gray, and fresh water, and your battery. That's all right there. Then of course you have your refrigerator here. I'm going to need my other hand to open this one. So this is a 110 or propane style RV refrigerator. As you can see, that's all controlled right here, with the temperature being controlled right there. There's a little white thing here, there's a little wire that's up in there. Make sure that your salesperson explains that to you when you pick up your RV. Now down below here you're going to have drawers. You get these 2 drawers, and you can see full extension drawer glides, and they've taken the construction of this cabinet from the airline industry to keep it lightweight, but as well as being structurally sound. Down below here, this will open up again, a little bit more storage. As you can see, they're utilizing every square inch for storage in here. Now in this last one here, the taller of the ones here, this is where you could put your optional air conditioning, and it does have it could be vented to the outside, and you'll see that it has the 110 outlet back there. So I have a picture of one of those, but that is something that is optional. You can pick one right up at Walmart. As you come in the door, you're going to notice you're going to have a microwave, and then of course up on top here, this is where you're going to have your 2-burner cooktop as well as your sink. And right above that, little spice rack. And then because you do have the microwave here, you're going to have, it's going to be kind of limited storage down below your sink area. But again, still some storage. Now they'll also have a vehicle identification specification plate right here inside underneath the cabinet that you'll be able to see the weight and so forth. So on this particular one, you have a cargo carrying capacity of 282 pounds, tire pressure of 50 on cold, and then of course you carry your water. So it's water plus 282 pounds, which is kind of a lot of weight when you consider how small this unit is. I don't know how well you can see all that, but there you go. So as you can see, for down below your dinette booth, for the furnace, you'll see the furnace exhaust is going to be there. You also have a 12-volt USB charging ports, LP leak detector. Up on the other side, you're going to have this 110 outlet, and this little switch here, what this does, when you're going to be on 110, you push it down to the bottom. When you're on 12 volt, you put it up here. So it's kind of like a battery disconnect in a sense. And of course your breakers and fuses right next to that. So you can see how bright the light is here, and then of course the dimmer side of it. It's hard to see this when you're on a video, but take a look at that when you're at a campsite or at one of the RV places. Now back in this area here on the other side of your refrigerator, that's going to be your furnace turn on, as well as where you can go ahead and put that thing out and you can actually hang some clothes right there. And I mentioned about the power vent fan, and you can have that pulling the air in or pushing it out, which is nice. Now on the outside of the Helio, as you can see, you're going to have your typical RV style door with a screen door, and it does latch back open. You have a step there, 110 outlet. You see your outside light there, it's yellow, which is now you're not going to attract the bugs. Here's your furnace exhaust. Then here's your storage from the outside, which you can access from the inside. This is where you throw your power cord. Now on the back side, of course, you're going to notice it is teardrop shaped, but you have it's almost a one-piece fiberglass shell for the roof. Now they do have it seamed right here, but when they seam it, what they're doing is they need to seam that so they put their electrical and so forth in there, but that's also using resin, and then they caulk over top of that seam. So it's less likely of having water seepage in it. You're also going to notice the way that they overlap this and the way the water's going to run down, it is channeling down through this part, so it's not running over the edge. But again, they're using a resin to adhere the roof to the sidewall, and then the caulk is more or less just as a afterthought, just make it look pretty. Now you're going to have two stabilizers on the back here, and notice they give you mount right down under here for your sewer hose. Makes it easy. Remember your freshwater tank, which was underneath the seat, that's where you'd fill it. But now when you're not using a freshwater tank, you're hooked up to city water. You're going to hook up right there. There's your Suburban water heater. Now this is the old style Suburban water heater. You are going to have to light it here. So it's the ones you used to see on the pop-ups. That goes right like that. Then of course your 110 outlet. Now in the event that you want to go ahead and hook up a solar panel to extend your boondocking events, you go ahead and plug one in there. The exhaust for your inside AC if you were to put one there, and then of course you have your maintenance panels for the refrigerator. Nice and deeply tinted window, as you can see. Your outside shower, and then this is the vent for both black and the gray tanks, with both of those being emptied right down here. Now in the front, you're going to notice on this that it's going to have aluminum frame. That's making it lighter weight. But you're also going to notice how durably this thing is built. This thing's going to last for years to come. Very lightweight, easy to maneuver yourself if you're on a nice flat surface. And then this is where your LP and your battery is going to be hidden. Now when you unlatch this, make sure you turn it that direction. That way there it's not going to scratch across here. And then you'll open this. This is where your LP bottle would be, and your battery. Now with this being said, you know, you have one 20-pound bottle. Something you do if you want to know how much LP's in it, just dump some hot water on it, and that'll give you a little frost line, and you'll know how much more LP you have left. Now to put this thing back up, as you can see, it's just going to go right back in place there, and it is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Helio 03 by Helio RV. For more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul the Air Force guy. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned, got lots of more coming along. And at the end of here, I'm going to have the specs, pricing, and my contact information. Again, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Take care.